What's going on, guys? Welcome to the back workout here. I'm at a new setting, new gym, recently opened. It's a Pure Gym, 24 hours, which is going to help a lot when I dive into prep next Monday. Starting off here with a superset of lat pull down and closed grip cable rows. I always start off my back workouts with a superset nowadays. I just find it really gets the tempo for the workout going, and it means I can have a good session because I start off with a high intensity set, and it means the workout will continue with high intensity. It's also a really good way to warm the back up fully. Lat pull, obviously hitting your lats, then obviously the cable row hitting the middle of your back and other parts. I like to start off with a horizontal movement most of the time instead of vertical, but sometimes I throw the two together just to really shock the body and to imminent actual muscle growth. A lot of times, a lot of gyms won't have this sort of lat pull down where here's another angle of it, by the way, just cutting out my face as always because I'm the king of angles on this YouTube game. Cutting out, I've mentioned cutting out my face. It's knackering. I'm saying peep the watermelon socks, by the way. But yeah, a lot of gyms, as I was saying, a lot of gyms don't have this sort of kit where it's got two attachments so you could easily superset, which a lot of people find difficult to keep running between pieces of kit. If that's the case, grab a barbell or some dumbbells and just do dumbbell or barbell row next to it. Obviously you can use the seat to support yourself with dumbbells. You can do single arm, or you can just do it normally standing up with two dumbbells or just the barbell. So that was the first exercise that I did. Obviously its sets information is on the bottom of the screen for each movement. Another row movement here, one of my probably least favourite exercises to do. For some reason I always find that this sort of movement burns my shoulders out and it just fucking hurts. But I've been putting them in recently because even though I don't like them, they really hit my back very well. Again, it's just the niggling shoulder issues that I've had for years. But anyway, moving away from this exercise, prep next week is starting. I will be doing a full YouTube series for that, as many videos as I can try and fork out over the 16 weeks of prep that I'll be doing. For those who want to know, the show I'm doing is PCA Hampshire on the 1st of June. I will most likely be going for the open bodybuilding class, but I may swap to men's physique just because of a lot of leg injury. This is no excuse, but a lot of leg injuries that have occurred for me recently over off season. I couldn't train my legs as much as I really wanted to. But we will see and just see what my coach thinks. But yeah, 16-week prep. Very excited to document that. Going to try and get some really good videos out. Exercise I call these J rows. I've got two clips for these to show you. This is what I usually do for this. But again, this can burn your shoulders up because the amount of rotator cuff movement that is being used. And it can also involve your triceps because there's a little bit of flexion and stretch in the triceps in this movement. So this is the secondary angle that I'm now going to show you. The only difference in this set is when I bring it down and get the contraction, I will drag my elbows up there. So there's less, I'd say less stretch and a lot less rotation. It's more of a straight up movement than having to sort of do the J motion. That's why I call them J rows, because of that sort of angle of approach you're taking when it comes to the movement. But with these, with all back movements, drive your elbows down. Just try and squeeze the muscle and try not to rush it too much with these. But these are a really undermined exercise. You can really get into the bottom of your lats to make your lats look a lot more longer, a lot more larger. Moving on to the reverse pec deck. Again, this can be done in two ways. I've got two clips again to show you. This is the back focus. What I mean by that is positioning of elbows will determine on which muscle you'll be hitting, either your back or your rear delts. Again, this is the back version, so I would do 4 sets on this and then 4 sets on the other one. If you ever want to put in rear delts into your back, because I don't train rear delts with shoulders because I do see them as a more back session movement. This is the other alternative here if you want to do shoulders. Elbows bent, because then it is lessening the rope motion, but then again it is hitting your rear delts a lot more effectively than you would do if you tried the back alternative option. Again, I was going to do deadlifts today, but this was an early morning workout. Hadn't eaten. I'd eaten very little actually, so I didn't really want to do deadlifts. So I just did quite a lot of exercise, quite a lot of sets today. This was the final movement of the day. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this commentary. I'm very excited to start the Road to Hampshire series starting next Monday. I'm going to finish this video. Well, not finished. I'm going to give you a post-workout talk just in a second. Finished up cardio after my back workout. Had 20 minutes on the Stairmaster. It has been a long time since I've touched that fucking piece of kit, but that was the workout. I'm actually at a different gym, one that's never really been on the channel before. It's one that recently opened, so it's 24 hours, it's pure gym. So obviously I'm starting prep very soon. This will be very helpful for those really early morning cardio sessions, which I cannot wait for. So anyway, that was the workout. I'm gonna head home. Actually, I've got to go do my food shopping. That's what I'll go and do. I'll show you what I'm gonna get. I'll show you my post-workout meal as well. Hey guys, back again. So I actually ended up doing a food shop because I realised I'm getting my plan sent to me tomorrow. So obviously I'd buy food in advance. And I usually buy like a week and a half's worth of food in one go, which is quite a lot. I don't really want to do 2 food shops this week, so I'll just do it all tomorrow, the end of off season, and then the start of prep. So, for those who want to know what my off season food is, it's just high calorie stuff, you know, high protein, high carbs. I try to keep the fat like a minimum or like a moderate amount, just enough to put me in a surplus for a decent amount of time. So, meal wise, pre and post workout meal would be like potatoes and fish and chicken and stuff like that. But it's pretty simple stuff. Maybe a protein shake, but I can't remember the last time I actually bought whey protein. I'd rather just spend 40 quid on food than 40 quid on a shake. It's a lot better for you. That's a hint. Do that. If you have the money, don't buy a shake, buy actual food. In terms of everything else, it would usually be like eggs and oats for breakfast, a bit of banana, maybe, if I'm in the mood. And then the rest of the day would just be like a packet and a half of rice and 3 chicken breasts or fish. You get the gist. A little bit more as the day goes on, about 5 meals a day, including pre and post, and a lot of water. Anyway, that has been the video. I'll most likely film another one tomorrow, it depends how I'm feeling. I've got a busy day ahead, but obviously 24-hour gym, so I can't make any excuses now. Anyway, I will see you in the next one, guys. Enjoy.